This is currently the thinnest and lightest folding smartphone in the world. It's got impressive AI tools that you're likely to use daily, including an AI-powered camera and strong performance in both battery and processor. Sounds impressive, but what's it really like? Welcome back to my channel, guys and girls. I'm Kwan, and I've been using this for the last 2 weeks, so time to bring you my honest review in this video. But before we begin, hit subscribe so you can see more tech and lifestyle videos from Dubai. Right, let's begin. So this is a very interesting device. Now we're going to talk about the hardware first of all before moving on to the AI function, including the camera. But from a hardware perspective, this thing is incredibly thin. So 4.4 millimeters when it's opened out, which is just ridiculous. I mean, just look at how thin it looks throughout. And here's the interesting thing, even when you fold it up, it is 9.2 millimeters thick. So I mean, like, if you were to compare that with some candy bar phones like the S24 Ultra, for example, you can see that it actually looks similar in terms of thickness, bearing in mind that it's folded when compared with that. I mean, you can compare it with, let's say, the iPhone 15 Pro Max as well. You can see very similar in terms of thickness. And then this is granted an older Galaxy folding smartphone, but just look at the difference between the two of them. Such a big noticeable difference. And one of the other things is when I first unboxed this and handled this, I was surprised at how light this is. It's only 226 grams. In this box, there's a whole bunch of really cool accessories that I like Honor have included, but this has to be one of my favorite. But check this out. This is a nice vegan leather case. This one matches the one that you get on the Honor Magic V3. But honestly, it is such an interesting and well-built device. The fact that you have such a thin profile and such a light profile, very impressive. This phone, as well as being thin and light, is incredibly durable. One of the things that Honor have done to this is give it an IPX8 rating. What that basically means is that you're able to put this in a washing machine, do a complete cycle, and at the end of it, this should still be functioning. Granted, it is gonna get scuffed up and things. Now, I haven't tested this out. There are plenty of videos on the internet that show this, but that's a really cool feature on this. Now, the colors and finishing are interesting on this. So on my brown reddish color that you've got a vegan leather finishing. The green has a frosted finishing. The black is interesting though. First time they're using aerospace super fiber, which is supposed to be stronger than steel. One other thing worth talking about is this new hinge system that they're using. Strengthened double arch titanium swing arms. I don't know how Honor and other brands come up with these terms, but essentially what it means is that this hinge system, which is actually the most important part in a folding smartphone, not only is it light, but it's durable as well. And you know, in my day-to-day experience, what I found is that every time I've opened and closed this, you get this nice firm kind of opening or closing feeling. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break. And the other thing with this is even when you're using this at different angles, it feels solid. It doesn't feel like it's gonna clap shut. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think for me, as well as the hardware, the displays on this have been really standout. So like, I use my smartphone, the folding smartphone, in this format majority of the time. 6.43 inch display, 20:9 aspect ratio, 5,000 nits of peak brightness, which really matters to people who are out here in the Middle East, where it gets really bright out and about. But then when you need sort of the multitasking, you need to kind of have a larger display, you get the benefit of the 7.92 inch display here with the 10:9 aspect ratio. 1600 nits of peak brightness, not as bright as the front display, but still very good. If you wear glasses like me or you suffer from myopia, you're concerned about the impact of the displays on your eyes, well, Honor have included both hardware elements, but also software elements, including AI, to help mitigate some of those conditions. Right, let's take a moment to talk about what's going on the inside. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. You've got a flagship processor inside, and over the 2 weeks that I've been using this, it's been nice and smooth. In terms of, like, you know, that everyday stuff that you might do, multitasking, consuming media, using the phone a great deal, and also playing games, it's been nice and smooth with no hiccups throughout. What is interesting, talking of gaming, is that inside here, Honor also have a titanium vapor chamber. So it's designed to essentially cool down the phone. And what I found was very interesting, that if I was comparing Fortnite or PUBG, just testing this out, other than when you first load it up, and that's probably to do with all those files being downloaded, but when you're playing the game consistently over 30 minutes, 40 minutes, going up to about 60 minutes, You don't notice any heat build up. And if I compared it with the S24 Ultra, that would get much more hotter than the Honor Magic V3. So impressive from that perspective. So from flagship processor viewpoint, really, really good. That's also used for the AI features. And let me talk to you about that now. So AI is still just as important to Honor in terms of their software experience. And on the Honor Magic V3, you're getting some incredible experiences. Things that we've already seen before that I've spoken about, like the Honor Magic Portal, which allows you with images and text to quickly take actions with different apps. That's also available on the Honor Magic V3, plus some really, really cool additions that use AI. I'm gonna show you two of them, which are my favorite. First feature I wanna talk to you about is AI Eraser. I use this a lot on this device. So really simple. If you want to get rid of an item, for example, there's this pencil over there. I use the AI Eraser. Within a couple of seconds, it will remove that from that image. Works really easily, works really well, and it does a very, very good job, as you can see there. There's no kind of sign of it there at all. But you can actually use AI to change items as well. One of the other features that I really like, AI related, is face-to-face translation. And this works well because it actually works with the hardware, this front screen over here, so you can get a communication going. I've been testing this out as well over the last 2 weeks, trying to improve on my Arabic. So let me give you an example. السلام عليكم كيف الحال شو أخباركم شو سويت. That's me testing out like Emirati Khaliji Arabic, and it should give you an answer at the front over here. If you speak Arabic, let me know how I did over here. But this is a really cool feature. Obviously, it works with Google Translate, so it's not going to be 100% great when it comes to dialects and things like that. But as a feature on a device like this with AI, always a thumbs up. So cameras is another big feature of the Honor Magic V3. On the front, you've got a 20 megapixel dual selfie camera, both here on the main screen, then on the front screen as well. On the back, you've got a really interesting array of cameras. There's a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto camera with a 3.5 times optical zoom, and then you get 100x maximum zoom. You've got a 50 megapixel Falcon wide camera, which has a f1.6 aperture, really good for just general use, but also one of the largest apertures in a foldable. Then you've got a 40 megapixel ultra wide camera with an f2.2 aperture, 3.5 times optical zoom there as well. And the end results, as you can see from some of these images taken, are really, really good. I like the fact that both with the AI element and updates to Honor's OS, there isn't this overblown, oversaturated image. It actually looks very close to what you would see with your normal eye. And there's nice dynamic range, there's good scope, there's good color accuracy, still getting good quality without that overexposed and over pixelated kind of look. Obviously, the moment you go up to past 50x, close to the 100x, you are going to see more of that noise, more of that distortion from the photos and images. But overall, it does a pretty decent job. Another interesting point on this is this collaboration with the Harcourt for portrait photography. Now, we saw this in the previous generation, the Honor H200, and they brought that this time around to the Foldable. It's really good because it means that you can take really nice portrait shots with a couple of features here that are added in, and the AI elements will allow you to take the best out of those portrait photos.
So this is a test of video filmed currently in 4K 30 frames per second. This can film in 4K 60 frames per second, but starting off with ultra wide, I'm gonna go down, we'll go up to 1x and show you what that looks like. This has a pretty good zoom as well, so if I pan around and show you there, they're building one of the new museums. This is at 2x, 4x, and then we can go all the way to 10x. And it does, I think, a good job at stabilization with that rear camera. Bring it back in at 1x. Let me know what you think in terms of the audio quality, stabilization, as well as I move around. In terms of audio, like, it's very, very windy here by the sea, so this should be a good test to see how it performs. Right, I'm filming now with that front-facing selfie camera. This can record 4K 60 frames per second. Currently filming this in 30 frames just to keep it consistent as well. But look at this. Like, I don't know if you can tell on camera. There seems to be a bit of a lag between the video and the audio. And I'm not sure if that's just on my unit, but that's certainly something that I've noticed with that front-facing selfie video. But as I move around, as I pan around, let me know if you can hear the audio. How does the audio quality sound? If I do this, the noise reduction turns on, so it should be better at reducing some of that wind noise that's around me. But yeah, let me know what you think of the quality in the comments.
So over the last 2 weeks, I've been seriously impressed with the battery life. On this thing, it will go on and on. For me, 7 to 8 hours of screen on time. It might dip a little lower when I'm playing over an hour's worth of gaming. Testing this out, I noticed it would dip down below that, but that's still a respectable amount. What Honor have done with the battery inside, they're using silicon carbon battery, and this is the 3rd generation. And then what they've done is they've tweaked the AI element. So the battery consumption will depend on your case use. Really, really solid. And the best thing about it is 66 watt wired charger comes straight in the box, and you got 50 watt of a wireless charging for this as well. So on both those fronts, really, really good. So that's the Honor Magic V3. Let me know what you guys think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? In the comments down below. And for all the pre-order information, including the pricing, when this will be available here in the region, I'll post that in the description, so do check that out. Now, I'm currently at IFA, which is a big tech event in Berlin, Germany. I'll be posting more from Honor at their booth, some of the other products that they're announcing, plus more from the entire convention. So if you want to check out the content related to that, follow me over on Instagram and make sure you hit subscribe so you can see when that vlog from the entire trip goes live. I'll see you in the next video. I'm M. Kwan. Peace and blessings.